what drives people on their choice of location. 52% prefer or live in their current location because of the rates, the rent is affordable. I think what the government is doing is more of social housing, but the private sector is doing affordable housing.
Welcome to Chanza Lifestyle Knowledge Series. This is the second part of our conversation on 2025 real estate insights. In the first part of this, we had an amazing conversation where we laid the foundation of how the real estate landscape is going to look like, or what we are forecasting it to look like in the year 2025. And we had none other but such an amazing guest on set. He's the CEO of the Kenya Properties Developers Association. I'm talking about none other than CEO Vincent Mwango himself. Vincent,
Thank you.
I hope you're well.
Yeah, I am.
I hope you're feeling good. I hope how was the first part for you?
Yeah, it was quite exciting, quite engaging, and I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Exactly.
I'm glad. So just following up on the conversation with regards to investments and also putting your money into real estate investments.
Yeah.
Now, some of our audiences out here probably are considering investing in other different asset classes.
Yeah.
I mean, their money market funds, their treasury bills, their bonds. Others probably are even talking about and thinking of investing in crypto, blockchain technology. But then there's real estate. How do you feel real estate compares to these other asset classes when it comes to investments from the perspective of an investor?
I think for prospective investors or existing investors, what I would say, real estate still has the potential. And of course, we also have these other investment opportunities that are there. But you see, now for real estate, we are doing it for long term.
Yes.
And it's like you are building an empire for your family and even for your generation. For example, as much as I don't want to sound a bit controversial on this, I think for now the money market rates are good. They are so attractive, even the treasury bonds. But then, if you are looking at buying land or purchasing a house, the cost that is there right now, the pricing that is there right now is not going to be the same, even if you take your money from the treasury bill to go and invest it.
True.
Maybe in 10 years time shall be maybe the pricing will be tripling. So as much as this is giving you monthly, the treasury bill can be giving, or the MMF can be giving you monthly source of
returns,
income, dividends, all that. But then by the time now you think I should go and invest, go and buy a house for my family, the price shall be tripled. But also as an investor, the rate that you'll be paying by then to get that house shall have tripled. But the best to do is to make your investment as diverse as possible. So diversity in investment is the answer.
Diversification is the answer.
Exactly. Diversify your investment and let it work from both sides.
Let it work from both sides.
Exactly.
Still on the topic of investments, we're actually seeing a lot of interest and also a lot of value gain, specifically here in Nairobi. I'm talking about areas such as Kilimani, Westlands. I'm talking about the satellite towns like Rongai, where we are having our property development coming up, MIN residences. So with regards to this investment growth, what do you think is actually driving it?
I think for Kilimani and Rongai that you mentioned, we have a youthful population who are starting off in their career or in their mid-level career growth and transition. So those are the target market for those specific areas. And I believe, of course, the drive for demand for these places. Rongai had tried to mention it separately. We recently had had a publication by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics on what drives people on their choice of location.
Yeah.
And we found out majority around 52%, you know, 2% prefer or live in their current location because of the rates, the rent is affordable, you
Wow.
know. So
52%.
yes, so basically somebody is maybe living in Rongai,
Yeah.
not be, but when they prefer to live in Kilimani because the rates, the choice is you know
Yeah.
different. You know, I mean the rent that we pay in Kilimani
Is
and you know it's
yeah.
different. Somebody might be staying in Rongai because they've seen equally Rongai as the amenities that you know exist. For example, now look at the supermarkets,
Yes.
the retail chains,
Yeah.
you know, that are now in Rongai.
Yes.
Look at, you know, Quickmart. I think in Rongai alone there are two.
There too.
There's one in Kiserian.
Yeah.
Clean Shelf still thriving more than 10 years later, you know. Carrefour, you know, all these
Yeah.
people getting
Also, the infrastructural development, such as the Bomas Kiserian Highway, that's coming along Rongai. Yeah.
exactly. So that is a main pointer that, you know, this area is not as it was 10 years ago,
For
and
sure.
there's really potential for an investor who's going to
Yeah.
invest. And you
Yeah.
know, I believe those are pointers that we all looking for. Even me as an investor, even me, I'm an investor in the real estate, you know,
Yeah.
I'll definitely just go look at the pointers and say, okay, this is the way to go.
This is it.
Let me grab this
Let me take the
opportunity.
opportunity before.
Exactly.
Now, speaking also on affordable housing, which is a topic that has, you know, it's very famous among political circles and also the investment circles, and basically real estate sector, and more so also the affordable luxury market that seems to be emerging in these satellite towns. What do you think would be your take on this particular topic or issue?
I think my take on this is very simple, especially for the government side.
Yeah.
Uh, I think what the government is doing is more of social housing, but the private sector is doing affordable housing. If you look at the pricing,
So government is doing social housing,
yes,
but the
yes,
private sector is doing affordable housing. Okay,
exactly.
that's an important point to note.
But for the government, they still call it affordable housing.
That's exactly what I wanted us to.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, what I can say, the private sector
Yeah.
should have their way, you know, to do their investment, but we need to have that safe, you know, conducive environment to do our business. Because now you look at the pricing for the government side,
Yes.
it's friendly to the investor. But then, if you are looking at it in the long run, if you take maybe a studio, compare the studio sizes for the government side and studio side for the private sector side, it's totally different.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah.
The sizes in terms of sizes and all the square meter and all that, you know. And we cannot have the pricing the same with the government because
Yeah.
you find most on the private sector side, we are adopting so many infrastructure, you know, so many amenities, you know. Like right now, there are developers who are like, you know, Chanza lifestyle, you know, whatever they are doing is to, you know, make it attractive for the young population, you know, feel comfortable. Some of them have adopted, you know, I know some of them have adopted even co-working spaces within their setup, you know. So then it's more of a
Yeah.
15-minute radius and you're able to access everything,
Everything,
you
all
know.
these amenities.
Yeah. So location still for the real estate is still the big aspect
A big
that we
aspect.
all have to, you know, we all
Consider.
have to consider. And
Yeah.
of course, it's not just location. A good location with the proper road network
Yeah.
is a game changer. You know, if you're going to spend, maybe if you are, for example, Rongai, I'm very sure with the art expansion,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
it will take you 20 minutes.
20 minutes to get wrong.
Yeah, because even if you use that stretch, that
Yeah.
old stretch,
Yeah.
you find maybe there's a bit of traffic on that, just between the stretch from Mongai to Magadi, right? I mean to Galleria right now. But then Langata is a free space, you know. So all these are, you know, they're just like, you know, the signs,
The
the
signs,
correct
yeah.
signs that, you know, it is not what you thought it was.
It was, yeah,
The area has opened up for development,
for sure.
and it's going to attract so many people. So the best is go ahead of time, go invest,
And put your money.
and put your money in such an area.
Speaking on money and also on investments, now let's make this a bit practical. Sasa vile kunakaa kwa ground. One of our audiences out here, I'm sure, probably somebody has 5 million shillings stashed somewhere,
Yeah.
and they really want to get into the real estate market.
Yeah.
Where do they start?
Definitely, you have to do your research. You know, if as an investor, you know whether
Yes.
you are going to buy this house to stay in it or
Yes.
to rent it out.
Yes.
But then it all starts with those areas. Are you going to live, I mean, stay in those houses? What purpose are you buying it for? Or why are you investing in such development?
Purpose.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so for purpose, first, if you are going to buy that house, you have kids who are going to school, or you are a youth expecting, you know, I'm going to grow my family from such setup. Do you have schools around? Do you have proper infrastructure? Do you have, you know, the social amenities that support the growth of a child? You know,
Yeah.
that comes first. If you're an investor, or in the long run, after, you know, you want to move maybe out of shift from the city to, you know, your village or anywhere else, you are now to rent this particular investment, you know, to a tenant who is going to give you monthly returns.
Monthly returns, yeah.
Then what do you look for? What are the pointers that these are good location?
Purpose,
I've mentioned severally.
infrastructure.
Yes, I've mentioned severally
Yeah.
that infrastructure counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which definitely is directly affected by the purpose and the
Exactly.
reason.
Population in such an area. How attractive is this area?
Wow. Population by this is also a really
Yeah.
important one. Yeah.
I just mentioned when we are starting off
Yes.
that, you know, Rongai has like around 10 universities around it. You know,
True.
with the good road network coming up,
Yes.
it's the best. It's going to be a game changer for the developers
For the
and, you know,
developers.
property investors.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
So,
sure.
and of course, when it is good for the property investors, that's going to create sort of competition. So they also have to give you value for your money.
For sure.
You know. So as an investor, if I had that amount of money,
Yeah.
I will definitely look at those aspects and grab the opportunity.
And grab the opportunity.
Exactly.
Bona CEO, as we finish and also as we wind up, I'd like to give you this opportunity to give our audience your parting shot.
Yeah. I think I will be very brief on
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And just say, as an investor, be very optimistic. Look for the right, you know, developers.
Oh, yes.
Check maybe developers whether they have done other projects before, that they have the capacity, and go for them. You know, I've been privileged to visit, you know, the different investments, especially by Chanza in Lavington,
Yes.
and even the Rongai. I've seen the kind of work that is, you know, that is going there.
For sure.
And of course, as an investor, you also need to check, you know, the background of the consultants that these people use. You know,
Yes.
you may find a project is good, but then the right consultants were not engaged.
True.
You know, or they did not get the sufficient approvals.
Yes.
So ensure if it is a project, it's approved by NCA, it's approved by county, it's approved by NEMA. You know, so then you don't invest in a property that's not going to give you value.
Basically,
for
due diligence.
exact. So
Yeah.
due diligence is the goal.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So I'm privileged that, you know, within our membership we've not had such cases. We've maintained a membership that, you know, embraces professionalism in their engagements and builds to, support investors and people who are in the, interested in our sector.
So our CEO has said that now is the time to put your money into it and invest. Get onto this bandwagon early before the prices actually skyrocket. And with regards to this, I'd like to inform you and tell you about our gold mine in Rongai, Laser Hill specifically, that goes by the name Emayan Residences. This is a gold mine that we are developing that's going to be ready later this year in 2025. We'd like you to come and schedule a visit, please. Come see us. Come schedule a visit. Or you can even check us out on our social media handles at Chanza Lifestyle. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can also probably even check out our website to schedule a visit at www.chanzalifestyle.com. And we will be happy to see you. My name is Israel Legadiru. Keep it Chanza Lifestyle Knowledge Series.